Hey guys.
Hey.
How's it going?
Surprise.
So that sounded great.
Thank you.
Talk to me a little bit about, first of all, you've been together as a band for what, a year and a half?
Yeah.
Give or take?
Year and a half.
Yeah.
But you know each other a lot longer?
We've known each other a lot longer.
Yes.
We used to date for 10 years.
Okay.
And then we broke up about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yes, and then we started a band.
Yeah. That's basically the nutshell version of it.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen where you're like, okay, we broke, obviously you stayed in touch though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't just like cold call people, like, cold call each other and be like, let's start a band now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it was like a natural extension of our relationship. It just, that's the way things kind of shook out. Like, I had been doing like a solo thing and she was playing drums on some of those shows. But it wasn't the same as having like just a guy at the piano and a girl on the drums. And we wanted to make it a band thing and write for the band and tell our story and,
Yeah.
and just, you know.
So most of the songs are a pretty literal interpretation of kind of, some of our songs are,
Yeah, they take
are a bit
different-
literal, yeah.
So is sequel's literal then?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty
That
literal.
one's pretty.
That one's maybe the most literal.
Yeah.
That's maybe the most
like-
literal song I've ever written.
Yeah.
In fact, the lyrics were kind of a joke, kind of a placeholder when I sent her the demo.
Well,
Right.
he first sent me a demo with a video with sock puppets singing lyrics.
No, I didn't.
No.
That was a dream.
That was a dream. Sorry.
Although I did think about something about sock puppets I wanted to tell you
Oh,
later.
you want to talk about it now or?
No.
Okay.
I'll just tell you later.
We'll talk about it
Um,
later.
Oh, thanks. No, please don't include me in the sock puppet conversation.
Yeah, and so songs like take different looks, different angles at our history and our relationship, because we met when I was just done with college and she was just starting college, and then we dated for that whole time, and now now she lives in Pittsburgh and I live in Los Angeles, and so we've been apart for 4 or 5 years, and we're doing the bi-coastal thing now.
No, were you doing the bi-coastal thing before the band? Like, were you still talking to each other?
And the breakup and my move kind of coincided.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's still more to your story. I feel like I have to pry a little bit more.
Well, I mean, the reason that we broke up is that Danny came out to me.
Yeah.
And, that was part of the process. That's part of the, also, I mean, as heart-wrenching and as hard as it was, like, maybe that was a mixed blessing only because then it's like, well, it's no one's fault, it's just what it is. And instead of, like, fighting about this, maybe we just need to, embrace it. We were always amicable, we always got along. There was never...
He said he would never start a band with me if I was straight.
I did say that.
Really?
No.
No.
That's like a prerequisite, apparently.
Well, if you're straight, it's not gonna work. Because I had this song idea.
Well, I guess it's probably easier for Danny, but is it hard for you, or just to be in a band with your ex-girlfriend?
No, it feels awesome. I mean, it's just, we've moved on so much personally that, and I don't know, I always say that it got to a point, my dad passed away when I was 20, I didn't have a choice whether to keep him in my life or not, but when this relationship we both had like a very clear choice, like this person's going to be in my life or they're not, and luckily we both came to the same conclusion that we still want to be involved in each other's lives somehow, and we've been through so much together, we basically grew up together, and although we never played music together before the band, other than a few times, we never created music together. Music was always a big part of our relationship, and so it just made sense. I don't know, it's crazy that it somehow makes sense.
But like, were you guys in separate bands? Like, you were doing your own thing when you were together?
Yeah, Scott was in a band for several years, did a lot of touring, and I was also in a few projects back in Pittsburgh, and then it just, a lot of active projects that they just...
Okay, so it's not totally out of the blue where, like,
No,
one of you is playing music and the other's not, and you're like, I want you to be my drummer.
Right.
No, we were both musicians independent of this project, yeah.
And then how is this thing going right now, this project? I know you have an EP out, right?
Yeah,
so
brand new.
And you're going to be hitting the road, I'm assuming, for this project,
Yeah,
right? You probably already have.
Yeah, we've been touring a bunch, anticipating the release of the EP. Now the EP's out. We were just in LA and San Diego last week, and we did a release in Pittsburgh where we used to live and where she still lives. And and now we just did New York the other night, and things are going well. We're just getting started, and we're ramping up to a full length that we're working on at the same time.
Cool.
So, and we work via Skype or I work in Pro Tools at home, but she'll send me files, or the engineer that we work with in Pittsburgh will send me the drum files, and then I'll send it back, and we'll
A lot of video chapping.
a lot of video
I bet, yeah.
recording.
I said.
You said Chattman?
I said chapping. That doesn't make any sense.
You know what doesn't make sense? That I'm like, oh yeah, Chattman.
Yeah, chapping.
Yeah, I just accepted
Is
it.
that
So.
like when your lip? chaps, like
No chat,
leather.
like
Oh,
leather chaps. Yeah.
Ass
Video
chaps.
chaps.
Assless
Yeah.
chaps.
I-
Probably.
That's the
always.
kind of
There's
video
Yeah.
chat I know.
Other kinds.
Yeah.
Video chat.
Is there any other kind of video
Yeah.
chatting? So, well, that's cool. So it's not, I guess any of the awkwardness or anything is kind of out of your system probably for a couple of years anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
There never really was much of an awkward
No?
I mean-
phase. You think?
No,
Not,
there
definitely
was-
not in the band.
No,
No.
there was no awkward. I don't know. It was like, it was painful at the time, but
Yeah.
now like we're trying to celebrate that we were able to work out some kind of version of us. So
Right.
That's pretty cool. And I like that sequel kind of just, like, basically just gives your story. So, like, idiots like me don't have to ask you the questions that I just
Well,
did.
it is actually a great song because we worked together for like a decade, and our lives were so integrated, and a lot of people maybe didn't understand why there was this breakup. Maybe we didn't, send everybody a memo. So the song,
yeah, there was no memo.
there was no like, hey guys, so this happened.
Yeah.
But the song actually, like, it definitely answered a lot of questions for some family and friends I've had both would have come up to me and have said like, oh, okay, well I understand it now, and I'm glad that things are okay.
They're probably happy that he's back in your life, right?
Yeah.
In some way, right?
Yeah, most of them.
And probably the same thing with you. No?
Kind of.
No.
Like, oh, like
No,
that
our
dick.
families
That
are-
dick's back again. Great. thought we were past him.
Oh.
Damn it.
Got rid of it.
Here again.
No, our families are amazing.
Yeah.
We're super, super fortunate. So
Yeah.
we haven't had any trouble in that. I mean, our friends, everyone's been supportive. It's just, we're just lucky to without the band, we're lucky to have the support of everybody, and the band just makes it even more fun. And so,
Awesome. And just give me your Twitter handle and your.
Teammate
Website.
Band.
Teammate
Everything is Teammate Band. Facebook,
Okay.
Twitter.
slash teammate.
I feel like that's better than like some people are just like underscore period comma,
Well, we
like
tried
Christina's.
that, but
Yeah.
I would have loved that, but Scott wasn't
Yeah.
into it.
Well, cool guys.
Yeah,
Thanks
you.
for coming, and
Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
hopefully have enough juice for another song.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
right.
try it.
Let's do
Hopefully
it.
we have enough juice for this.
Hey, come on.